welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. I'm really excited about this week because I tried a new recipe. And Monday I was craving beef and broccoli and I only had ground beef, so I found this ground beef and broccoli recipe. My family loved it. Scarlett said it smelled and tasted just like Panda Express, and we love Panda Express's beef and broccoli. So I definitely recommend it. The only suggestion I have is to maybe add a little bit more broccoli, just because once it all shrunk down, we all would have liked a little bit more broccoli, but it was so good and it's definitely gonna be something I make again. If you're new, I hope you'll hit the subscribe button, and I hope everyone has their bell notifications turned on so you get notified every time I post a new video. And let's get on with the cooking. The first thing you're going to do is brown 1 pound of ground beef. Unfortunately, mine is frozen, but it did give it a good texture. Now you're going to chop up your broccoli. I'm using 2 heads. Like I said earlier, it really wasn't enough. I would use double this next time. Then you're going to mix in a bowl 3 cloves of minced garlic, 1.5 cups of reduced sodium soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and 2 teaspoons of rice wine vinegar. Now that the ground beef is cooked through, I'm going to add in the broccoli and the sauce mixture that we just made. Once the broccoli looks cooked through, I'm going to cover it with a lid. For tonight's dinner, I'm making crock-pot ham, so I'm getting a start around 12 o'clock for this because it does take about 6 hours to cook. In the bowl, you want to add 2 cups of brown sugar, 1.5 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 1.5 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, and 1.5 tablespoons of honey. Now I'm adding 2 cups of pineapple juice to the bottom of my slow cooker, and then I'm going to add my ham. This was about a 3-pound ham. Now I'm going to cook on low for 6 hours. Every few hours I add some more of my brown sugar mixture just to give it a nice glaze. There's an hour left, so I'm going to start on my sides. The first thing I'm doing is washing and cutting up some potatoes. Then I'm adding a little bit of salt, some pepper, olive oil, and this Badia complete seasoning. Now I'm putting in the oven for 350 and cooking for an hour. I had some steamer corn on hand, so I just threw that in the microwave and added some butter. If you want a thick gravy, you can take the juice from the crock pot, add it to a saucepan, boil it, and add some cornstarch, and you'll have a really thick gravy. For the recipe, I am using my Instant Pot today, only my second time using it, so I am still a newbie. But we're going to use some chicken breast. I'm going to cut this into strips because that's how they like it. Some butter, garlic, black pepper, onion, garlic powder, Parmesan cheese, half and half salt, chicken broth, and flour. Going to get the Instant Pot going, heat it up. We're going to put our butter in there, cut up the onion and the chicken, and then we'll start adding everything. Okay, so it is on, so I'm going to throw my butter in there. I'm only using half an onion. Because Rich says so, but the recipe does call for
That's a thicker onion.
1 small onion. I like that. No, I'll do what you want. Dice up the onions. I'm just going to put them aside. And I'm going to cut up the chicken to trim off the fat, and I'm also going to split the breasts. Okay, so I wasn't recording that, but you add 2 tablespoons of butter, and you want to make sure it gets melted. And then you add your onion. I decided to just put in a whole onion so that it's easy removal. And then about a half of an onion. So you want 1 small onion. One of my friends suggested that, in the comments of one of my other videos just to not chop up the onions so you can get the flavor, but it's easy removal for the family members that don't like the onions. Now once the onions are browned, you're gonna add your garlic. I'm using minced garlic, and that is going to be 4 cloves. So I'm doing 4 teaspoons. Then you're gonna add a 1/2 cup of chicken broth once it looks like this. Okay, you're also gonna do a 1/2 teaspoon of your salt and your pepper. We're also adding in the chicken. Hopefully none of the onion stuff. Now we're going to turn everything off. Put on our lid. You want to make sure it's on sealing. And then you want to set it to manual in 6 minutes. In 6 minutes. Hopefully I got it right. Alright, so while this chicken is cooking, I'm gonna boil some fettuccine. You can cook the fettuccine in the Instant Pot, but I'm a newbie, so I'm a little nervous doing that, so I just wanted to keep it simple. I'm just doing that, and I don't have a problem with boiling the macaroni. Okay, so it is done, so we're gonna move the lever over to venting. Scary. For 10 minutes. So I'm not sure, so I think that means it's been 8 minutes since it's been released. But our water is boiled, so I'm gonna add the fettuccine and we're gonna heat up our 1/2 and 1/2 to make the Alfredo. Now you're gonna do 1 cup of 1/2 and 1/2. Put it in the microwave. The 1/2 and 1/2 is heated. You're gonna take 2 tablespoons of flour and mix it until it's smooth. Over 10 minutes. The chicken and the onion, that whole big piece, so that did work well. Now we're gonna put it back on the saute function. Okay, once it's bubbled up, we're gonna add the flour and 1/2 and 1/2 mixture. So So you're gonna do a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna be adding in a half a can of this chopped spinach. You can also use 12 ounces of fresh spinach. After you've drained your macaroni, you can add it to the sauce. We're gonna add our chicken in. Watching this video, give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment down below if you plan on trying any of these recipes or if you try them, and let me know how they turn out. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye. Say bye, Coco. Bye.